Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to talk about Genesis 3, verse 12. And the man said, "The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate." This verse marks the first human excuse, the first blame shift, and according to the Zohar, it reflects the ego's resistance to teshuvah, return. Rather than openly confessing, Adam redirects the responsibility first onto the woman and subtly even onto God Himself. This moment reveals the deep psychological fracture introduced by sin. The ego deflects truth to protect its false sense of self. The first phrase we have, "the woman whom you gave to be with me," projecting blame onto God. Adam does not say "my wife" or even Eve. He refers to her indirectly as "the woman whom you gave." According to the Zohar, this reflects a spiritual distancing. Adam not only avoids naming her, he implies that God is ultimately responsible. He turned the gift into the accusation. This echoes the serpent's logic, twisting truth. Adam now reflects a fragmented vessel rather than accepting his role. He introduces division between himself and his soulmate, and between himself and the Creator. The phrase "she gave me" displacement of responsibility. Rather than confessing, Adam states that Eve gave him the fruit as if his agency was removed. But the Zohar teaches, to receive is not to obey. He still chose. Adam's words betray a disconnection from inner sovereignty. By deflecting, he refuses the path of rectification. This moment becomes archetypal. Instead of healing, he hides behind roles. Instead of facing divine truth, he clings to the ego's armor. The phrase "and I ate," minimal admission, maximum delay. The final phrase, "and I ate," is terse, almost casual. The Zohar points out that Adam places it last, after his accusations. Why? Because the ego delays admission, hoping to shield itself with blame, context, or justification. He should have begun with "I ate," but he feared the light of truth. In this structure, we see the inverted spiritual order: blame first, admission last, repentance absent. Kabbalistic symbolism behind this verse is the shattering of the male-female unity. Before the sin, Adam and Eve were one soul, united in divine reflection. The masculine and feminine harmonized. This verse reveals the first spiritual divorce. Adam disowns Eve emotionally and energetically. In doing so, he disrupts the cosmic unity of Zeir Anpin and Nukva, the holy masculine and feminine. By blaming her, he shattered the mirror of his own soul. This moment marks the archetype of imbalance between man and woman, leading to the later curse: "He shall rule over you." But that domination is not divine, it is the result of spiritual rupture. The hidden compassion, God still listens. Despite the blame shifting, God does not interrupt. The Zohar emphasizes the divine patience in this moment. Why? Because God allows the soul's fragmentation to fully express itself so that the healing can be complete. He let the wound speak so the cure might reach its root. Even in this deflection, God hears the seed of truth, and I ate. That phrase, though last, is still the beginning of confession. The mystical parallel, the human as microcosm. According to Kabbalah, Adam represents the entirety of humanity, and each word he speaks is a seed planted in the soul of every human. His blame lives in us. His reluctance to confess repeats in our hesitation. But his ultimate admission, I ate, remains our pathway to return. In mystical terms, Adam's response reflects the tikkun, rectification, we are each called to enact, to reverse the blame, restore unity, and say with courage, I did it, and I return. To summarize, Genesis 3 verse 12, through the eyes of the Zohar, reveals the inner structure of spiritual denial. The phrase, the woman whom you gave to be with me, Adam subtly blames Eve and even God for the sin. Instead of intimacy, he builds separation. The phrase, she gave me, he implies he had no choice, shifting responsibility away from his own free will. The phrase, and I ate, only at the end does he admit the act. But even that small confession plants a seed of teshuvah, return. The Zohar shows us this verse as a mirror. Do we take ownership of our mistakes? Do we blame others? Or do we embrace responsibility? Do we delay truth or speak it straight? Even in this fall, Adam gives us the key, I ate. In that simple phrase lies the power to begin healing, not through excuses, but through truth. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your donation. Be blessed, everyone, and I will see you on the next episode.